All right, hey everybody, Dr. Barnes here, and today I'm going to be talking about leaky gut and how to heal your digestive system. Now, really secondary to your nervous system, I consider the digestive system the second most important system of the entire body. It is so important for not only how you digest and assimilate food and nutrients and create new body tissues, new cells, new organs, new muscle and all those things, but also what we're beginning to discover is its vital role in the health of your immune system, our immune system. So 80% of your immune system is controlled by the health of what's going on in your digestive system. This is huge because when we're looking at not just not getting a cold or not getting a flu, but literally your ability to fight cancer, not develop autoimmune disease and things like that are really directly related to your digestive system. So when we're talking about leaky gut, not too long ago, leaky gut was sort of poo-pooed in the medical community, kind of a saying as that the alternative health people just sort of made this up or would just throw this around as a general diagnosis. However, it's become widely recognized. In fact, a simple search on PubMed, which is an online database of scholarly articles, you'll find literally hundreds, if not thousands, of articles linking your health conditions, disease, illness to literally leaky gut. So what do I mean by leaky gut? When we're talking about your digestive system, you have to think about it as sort of a very specialized tube, okay, or a hose. Think about water in a garden. However, it does provide absorption and just not just allowing things to transport it. Now, think about it this way. If you left your hose outside in the sun for too long and it sort of gotten burned up and eat away, it would start to deteriorate the rubber, and potentially over time, as water would be flowing through it could cause little tiny cracks or little tiny holes that would have caused water to leak out. So that's a very oversimplified version of what leaky gut is in your digestive system, is that over time, and really due to you not caring for it properly and putting the wrong things in it, little tiny holes and little tiny cracks get in your digestive system and allow toxins, it allows bacteria, and allows food particles to leak out into your system. And then what happens is the immune system becomes activated and begins to, because it recognizes that as something that does not belong where it should, and it attacks it. All right. Now, obviously, if the holes are not repaired, this is a continual process, and your immune system continually has to fight and attack and destroy, what's leaking out, and eventually this leads to autoimmune disease. So, pretty much every single autoimmune disease has a significant relation to leaky gut. So we're looking again at prevention, but if you have an autoimmune disease, then the first place I'd recommend looking at is not taking a drug, but looking at healing your digestive system, really sealing up that leaky gut. Now, the main things that cause leaky gut would be things like sugars, alcohol, caffeine, grains, antibiotics, and aspirin, Tylenol, and Advil, and other NSAIDs, little anti-inflammatories. And so those are the main things that cause damage. And I would really put grains at the top, I would put NSAIDs at the top, and I would put antibiotics at the top. And what the problem is that those are the sort of things that are subtle and they're deceptive, because you take them or you eat grains, you may not necessarily feel a reaction, but you can think about grains as literally like razor blades going through your digestive system. It really tears it up, causes a lot of inflammation, and it causes a lot of damage to your intestinal system. NSAIDs poke little tiny holes inside of your digestive system, which is also not good. And then antibiotics, of course, are going to destroy your normal gut flora and lead to a greater chance of bad bacterial overgrowth, or SIBO, also known as small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So we really want to avoid on removing those triggers first, okay? So I recommend going 90 days of dairy-free, sugar-free, grain-free, alcohol-free, and caffeine-free. I know that seems like a lot, but you're just going to be doing it for 9 days or about 3 months. Okay. Now, step number 2 is repair, and one of the big vitamins, which also acts as a hormone in the body, and it's super important for your digestive system, is vitamin D. So, unless you know what your number is, remember that's why the motto is don't guess, test. If you are below 60 on your vitamin D level, then I recommend taking 10,000 a day, retesting within 90 days or 60 days even, and figure out where your level is. Once you're above 60, then you can drop down to 5,000 per day, and that'll go as a maintenance dose. And so I take vitamin D. I take 2 kinds. The first one is from Designs for Health. It's emulsive vitamin D3. It's a liquid, okay, so it's very easy just to squirt. I have this one right now in my house because my wife can take it, my daughter takes it. We give it to my 9-month-old daughter, and I can take it. It's very easy to travel with. Otherwise, the other one I do is from Maximized Living. And the second thing I do is aloe vera, all right? Aloe vera is, although it's very soothing on the outside if you have a sunburn, but it's also very soothing on the inside. And so I don't really recommend doing aloe vera juice, although you can, but aloe vera gel is much more potent. Now it does taste more potent. It is not good, I can promise you that. Some people like it, but most don't. So what I recommend doing, and also to be getting a therapeutic dosage, is to do something called Aloe Vera 200X. It's also made by Designs for Health. This is a very high dose therapeutic version of aloe vera, and it works amazing for repairing the digestive system. And you could do like a 1 ounce of aloe vera gel a day on top of that. Again, organic aloe vera gel with that too. The next thing to help repair the digestive system is digestive enzymes. And you're going to take these before every single meal, because what this is going to do, it's going to aid your body in breaking down the nutrients in the food that you're eating. Sort of kind of breaks into smaller pieces. What's great about this is that as you're trying to heal your digestive system, it sort of takes some of the load or some of the work off your digestive system, so it can work much more efficiently and not have to produce as much and consume as much energy on its own. Now the next thing is, and I really love this, and this is L-glutamine, okay, and it comes in a powder form. I do 3 grams a day of this. I put it right into my smoothie. It's very easy, doesn't have much of a taste. L-glutamine is an amino acid, and it is used for muscle repair. So your digestive system is made up of something called smooth muscle, all right, and because it works through peristalsis, which is kind of the squeezing sort of, crunchy sort of, gurgling noise that you sometimes feel. But L-glutamine is very, very good at helping repair that. So when we're talking about those little tiny holes, this is used to help patch that up. So the other product that I love, which is multi-purpose, is called Max GI. It's made by Maximized Living. And I totally love this product. It is extremely versatile because it contains things like clove oil, oregano oil, thyme oil, which helps to destroy bad bacteria. It also contains lysozymes, which punches tiny holes in bacterial membranes so they can destroy and combust a lot easier. It also has 100 billion CFUs of probiotic, specifically Bacillus subtilis, which is a very, very, very strong, good bacteria. It can withstand a lot of sort of agitations, so it helps to replace the bad bacteria that is getting destroyed by it. And it also contains digestive enzymes as well. So you take 2 of these per day on an empty stomach, preferably in the morning, first thing when you wake up. Usually people, if you have like bloating issues or gas issues or digestive or diarrhea or anything like that, constipation even, most people, notice a change within 3 days of taking it. It's a very fast acting product. Now the next step of the digestive system is the restore process, and the way you're going to do that is through probiotics. All right. Now I do take probiotics from Designs for Health, but what I love even more than that, and why I really stopped carrying and selling probiotics, is that sauerkraut, okay, is way more potent and way more effective. And again, we're looking at real food because it also contains other benefits. So this is the one I take. It's called Farmhouse Culture. We sells it at our local Whole Foods here in Raleigh, where we're at. They have several different flavors. They have garlic dill pickle. They have a jalapeno one. The one that my wife and daughter like is ginger beet. I hate beets, so I hate this one too. But they said it's really good. There's a cardamom flavor. There's a kind of just a plain flavor too. So some studies have shown that in just 1 serving, which would be in this case 4 tablespoons, which is not a whole lot. It'd be like the size of the palm of your hand, of sauerkraut will contain 1 trillion strain of bacteria, way more potent and way more numerous than any probiotic that I've seen on the market. So you can get a bag of this for $8, and it's extremely healthy and extremely beneficial. The next part of restore is corrective chiropractic care, making sure that the nerve supply going to your digestive organs is freely flowing. If nerves become pinched or damaged due to sitting too long, or traumas, or bad posture, or sports injuries or whatever the case may be, is that will actually choke off nerve supply going to your stomach, to your intestines, to your digestive organs, and cause problems over time too. So make sure you're getting adjustments. I recommend, after going through a corrective plan, a minimum of twice a month, but really the average American does need once a week for optimum health and function. The last step of healing a leaky gut is going to be to replace. And what we do for that is I'm going to take betaine HCl, okay? And what this is, hydrochloric, kind of hydrochloric acid, okay, which is what your stomach acid is made up of. Okay, it's the main ingredient in your stomach. And so essentially by taking this, again, you're just contributing and putting more digestive juices into your body. It's not painful, although if you have gastritis or an ulcer, you shouldn't be taking extra of this right here, or H. pylori. But what it does, again, is it helps break down your food a lot easier. And then we do zinc, okay? Zinc Supreme, this should be taken at night. This is multi-purpose. It is very important for your hormones. Another thing that I love about zinc is, and there's actually an article in 2000 by the Journal of Nutrition, and it's entitled Zinc Deficiency, Malnutrition, and the Gastrointestinal Effect. And some of the highlights found is that a zinc deficiency may impair the absorption of water and electrolytes, delaying the termination of normally self-limiting gastrointestinal disease episodes. So the gastrointestinal tract may be one of the first target areas where zinc deficiency may be manifested. And then a prolonged low zinc intake deprives the organism of the local potential benefits of zinc, including interactions with oxidative free radicals and nitric oxide metabolism. That's fancy for meaning your body just basically creates inflammation and disease faster. And then also is that it shows that if you have a zinc deficiency, that you're more susceptible to toxin-producing bacteria, i.e. bad bacteria, all right, or other enteroviral pathogens, so pathogens inside of your body, okay? So again, we're talking about bad bacteria, bad pathogens inside of your digestive system, which creates issues and also autoimmunity too. So I really recommend, although I would say that probably 60 to 80% of Americans have some version of leaky gut, or even further beyond that, like maybe IBS, ulcerative colitis, celiac disease, which is really sort of a further down progression of leaky gut. It can be tested. It's done through Cyrex Laboratories. And it's called Array 2, or also known as the intestinal permeability screen. And what it does is it helps me as a functional health doctor and chiropractor to help you as the patient identify how bad you have leaky gut, what's causing leaky gut, how sort of severe it is, and potentially even how long you've had it too. So that's Cyrex Array 2. That test, it does involve a blood draw. And basically what it's looking for is escaped, enterotoxins and other food pathogens into your bloodstream. Costs $350. Super important, although I think pretty much anybody could go through this protocol for 90 days and start healing their bodies and healing the process, the one that I just gave you. But again, the don't guess test. If you suspect you have it, it's better to know for sure if you do or not. And then also we have a baseline, so after you've done the protocol, you can retest after 3 to 6 months, and we can make sure your body is healing and getting better. So I hope you enjoyed this. Go ahead and heal that gut, get that digestive system back on track, get your immune system back on track. This is Dr. Barnes signing off.